Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you from, where am I? Indian Waters RV Resort in Indio, California. We arrived about, I forgot to adjust that clock, about 40 minutes ago. But we're back where it started. So this campground is where we actually started our great Northern America adventures. Not that it turned out anything like we had planned, but that's okay. That's the joy of RVing, is that you can be flexible. You know, something comes up and you can't go in a certain direction, then go another direction. It's as simple as that. But we are back here. We arrived. We've got set up. Like as soon as we parked, I got the sides out, raced outside, got the power plugged in first, so I get the ACs running. And then we hooked in the water and then put the tire covers on and did everything else. Came inside, I'm like dripping wet right now. But everything's set up out there. I've already got, of course, got the driver's side reflectix up. We'll get the windscreen one up shortly because the sun's got to move around that way yet. I've got a couple of hours before it hits that. But we're here, basically back to where it started. So we were last in this park on February the 6th for 2 nights. I had to go look it up in my little book. Have I shown you my book? I don't think I have shown you my book. Hang on. So this book, I actually need a new one. This one's full. This is the Ultimate RV Logbook. This is brilliant because in here you put the name of the park, you put the dates you stayed, you put your site number, and all the information about the park, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what your actual site was like. And this book holds, I believe it's 50, how many does it have in here? Hang on, I gotta go to the back of the book to find out. 52, I think. Yeah, 52 entries, and it's full. And I still because I haven't been anywhere to get one sent to me, I actually have to order the other one so it can get shipped to wherever I'm going to be, so I can fill in. But I've kept all the maps from the other RV parks so I can go back and fill in the details. But this one here, we were here the 6th and the 7th. We were on site 266. So we're almost directly opposite. So we're on a back-in site now instead of a pull-through. But see that one right there with that little tree and then that big tree, that concrete area, that's where we were last time, 266. And looking out Zephy's dirty window, that building down there with the orange roof, that's where toilets, showers, laundry is. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but see that fence with all those trees right there? That's the dog park that Zephy loves. It's a basin and she just runs circles. She gets about halfway down the hill and it's just a very gentle slope. Gets halfway down the hill and just goes nuts, just running around and around and around in circles. And sometimes she'll go up and down the sides and speed around, but she loves that dog park. So that was one. So when I saw this one was available, I thought, yeah, we'll go back there. Of course, I forgot to check what the temperatures were going to be when we... So yes, this was actually park number 24 that we had stayed in. Up in some of the ones we had repeated. We have repeated a few parks and stuff. But that booklet is really good because you log in, like I said, the name of the park, what amenities they have here as far as like, do they have laundry? Do they have baths, showers? Do they have a playground? Do they have horseshoes? Do they have shuffleboard? What activities do they have here? Do they have a community hall? Do they have planned activities on? Some places will have bingo. Some will do coffee and donuts every morning, that sort of stuff. And then you have the information about your particular site. And it isn't in the logbook, but I put in there anyway, is that when I'm parked, which way am I facing? So where does the front of the RV point to, because then that helps me with orientation as far as where the sun goes and all of that sort of stuff. And did I like that site because of which side the sun hit, or did I not like that site because the sun was hitting us in the wrong spot? So you can put all that information. Was it a full hookup site? All the sites full hookups. Do they also have water and electricity only? Do they have dry sites for tent camping? What's nearby? How close is the grocery store? What restaurants are nearby? What sites did you go see? What sites do you want to see when you come back? What's your Wi-Fi strength like? And it's got the different services there, so you can colour in the bars. And then you've got general notes and all of that sort of stuff. So it's a really, really handy little book for if you're looking at going back to an area. And then in the back, they've got all the states listed, and you just write the number from the log area into that area, so you know that, oh, I'm going to Southern California. Okay, these are the places I stayed in Southern California, and I may even like put little asterisks next to the ones that I really liked, so I can go see if they've got availability and all of that. And I also write in there too what it doesn't have a place that, sorry, it's hot. It doesn't have in there though what the cost was per night, so that's another note that I put in there. How much did it cost me per night to stay there? So if I go back again, did the price go up, did the price drop, that sort of thing. So it's hot. It's 106 degrees outside right now, but it's 94 inside, and I'm sitting near the front AC. I haven't gone near the back AC. I don't even know if it's putting out hot air, cold air. I don't know if it's rated itself or what. But we're here, and so when you're driving an RV, you kind of have, and especially when you're by yourself and you only have a dog to talk to, you have some interesting conversations with yourself, and you pick up things along the way, and just start having these conversations about things. Like we stopped at, I can't remember where the rest area was because I forgot to write my little list, and so I thought, oh, there's a place coming up, and they've got truck parking and all of that, so I figured, we'll go off there, we'll have a quick break. And I pulled off, and it was the same exit where they have General Patton's Museum, which was completely closed and shut down. You couldn't even get into the parking area. They have logs and rocks across the entry into the parking area there. But across from the parking area for the museum, they had this nice big area that said no truck parking. I thought, I'm not a truck. So I just pulled up and then backed up, because if I went down to where all the gas station was and all of that, I would have got tied up in the traffic. And I thought, no, I'm just going to sit here, because I just needed a bathroom break, rehydration break, to fill up my water bottle. Needed a bit of sustenance as well, because I could feel myself flagging, so I had to get some protein in me. Had a good protein shake with some coconut milk, so I got the electrolytes, and then we got back on the road. But after we got back on the road, we're driving along there, and then the sign comes up, of course it says rest area 2 miles, and I'm like, too late, we've had our rest, we're good. So we go on past that, we just get past that rest area, and I see, and you know how they have the creek beds, the river beds and all that sort of stuff, and they've all got different names. The first one we came across had sad gulch. And I'm like, huh, why are you sad? Do you not have any water? And then we come across, and then the next one we go across is happy gulch, and I'm like, well, what's the difference between you two? You both got dry beds. And so, and of course, as soon as I passed the sad one, I started going, don't worry, be happy. And I started singing that as we're going along. Then get to the happy one and go, you need to go talk to the sad one and boost his mood up. Then the next one I come across says cactus wash. And I'm like, who the hell washes cactus? This is stuff that pops into your head while you're driving along the freeway with nothing but road stretched out and for miles in front of you. And I'm going, cactus wash? Who the hell washes cactus? And why would a cactus want washing anyway? They're a dry area plant. And then the next one I come across says west cactus wash. And I'm like, well, what about north, south and east? So then my thought, my brain was going, okay, so now the west cactus wash is discriminating against north, south and east cactus, because they've all got, and so the north, south, east and west cactus can all wash in the cactus wash, but only the west cactus can wash in the west cactus. So these are musings that you have while you're driving. Just things just trigger off the imagination, and off you go on a tangent. And of course I'm telling Zeffie all this, and she just like looks up at me, puts her head back down and goes back to sleep. So those were our musings for today. We had a happy gulch and a sad gulch, and then we had the cactus wash and the west cactus wash. I still can't figure out who washes cactuses or why they would want to wash them anyway. But anyway, we're here, we're set up, the AC's going. I'm sitting here, I can just get in the slight breeze from it. It'll take it a while to cool everything down. I've got it on speed, what we call the speed vents, and that's so you can see these vents here that are open around the side, because the air goes in through this side here and then it comes out goes up onto the roof through the coolers, through the coils and everything, and then comes out through these vents, and that's the quicker way. With these duct vents here, when you get the sun coming in on the roof and everything, it actually heats up all those ducts, and you can see we've got quite a few of them. So the first thing I did before I even went outside and put the power on is I went through and I closed all of them because I didn't want any hot air coming out through those. Right now we just want to get the temperature down, so so I've got the main vents open on that one and on the one for the bedroom, which you can tell is blown because it's blown my post-its around on the mirror over there. But so we're now going to have some lunch. I got to give you, if you haven't already seen in Zeffie's Great Adventures, sometime during the night Ruby Rabbit lost a foot. It was so funny. So I got to get it the right way around. Here's Ruby Rabbit, and as you can see, her foot has lost its squeaker. So she's now down 3 out of 6 squeakers. So Zeffie's halfway there. Look at that happy face. There you go. And I actually found this. Here are the remnants of the squeaker, and they were actually sitting up on the dashboard by where her bed sits on the dash, except for it doesn't sit up there when we're traveling because it sits down on the floor for her to sleep in. And as you can see, all the bits are there. I know there's going to be more bits because she always chews them and spits them out, and this little bit doesn't fit that little bit. But the squeaker is no more. It's a dead squeaker. So she did that sometime during the night because last night she was not chewing on, when we were sitting out here, she slept in her crate last night while I was sitting relaxing doing jigsaw puzzles. And then this morning when I got up, I just grabbed her bed after we got everything ready, grabbed her bed off the thing, threw it down on the floor for her, pinned back the curtains and got rid of the reflectix and all of that sort of stuff. And just trying to see, I think there's a piece down on the floor down there. So I didn't even notice it tucked into the edge of the dashboard until I went to put a bed up there when we got here, and I was like, what the heck's this? And I'm like, I looked at her and I said, did Ruby lose a foot last night? And she's just like crazy dog. But yes, she was going fishing for ice cubes in her water earlier. So did you get any ice cubes out of the water? So yes, so the important thing is keeping her cool right now. I'm not taking her over to the dog park because it's 106 outside. I don't take her out when it's that hot unless she absolutely, like if she's crossing her legs, then I'll take her out. But yeah, so we're back where we started our journey from. Well, kind of, sort of. We're at the place we stayed for the first night. Place we stayed at for the first night on our great North American adventure, which turned out to be a completely different one to what we planned. And then you had some musings that we get along the way. So whatever signs appear on the road, there's all sorts of things that will start going through my head. And Happy Gulch, Side Gulch, Cactus Wash, West Cactus Wash. It's all part of the journey and part of the fun. But anyway, we'll be back later on tonight. Oh, and don't forget, today is day 400 that we have done Facebook Lives in a row. And I've now got to go to my YouTube channel to see how many of these I've actually done. I know it's well over 600 because when we hit day 366, which was the 1 year mark on the 31st of July, we had like around 650, I think it was 650 Facebook Lives in there, I think it was. So now I've got to go back and have a look so I can give you guys an update tonight on how many Facebook Lives we have done in 400 days. Isn't that awesome? 400 days. That's kind of cool. Anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling afternoon, and we'll catch you guys later this evening. He konera.